Pardon me coming through. Sorry.
You're at the grocery store, cart half full, weaving through the aisles like it's a mild obstacle course. You brush past someone, barely, just a whisper of contact, and before they even glance your way, out it comes. Sorry, my bad. They smile, wave it off, but you're already replaying it, adding another sorry under your breath as you grab the milk. It's automatic, this reflex, like hitting the brakes at a yellow light. Or maybe it's you at a group dinner, piping up with sorry for the wait when the server brings the check, even though everyone else is chatting away. Why the constant apologies for things that aren't even offenses? It's polite, sure, but let's linger on that for a second. What if it's not just manners? What if it's a quiet strategy, honed over years, to keep the peace before any storm clouds gather? Stick with me here, because we're about to uncover why that sorry slips out so easily, and it might reveal something a little raw about how we navigate the world, maybe even about you. Let's ease in with the classic one, the type who apologizes like it's breathing, the preemptive peacekeeper. Imagine you're in line at Starbucks, that familiar hum of the espresso machine in the background, and you accidentally step back an inch too far, not even touching the person behind you. "Oh, sorry about that," you mutter, shifting forward with a quick smile. They hadn't noticed, but you did, and now the air's cleared. Or so it feels. This isn't random, it's like your brain's radar, scanning for any blip that could spark tension. Psych folks might nod to something called the fawn response. Think of it as the fourth F after fight, flight, freeze, where you soothe and placate to dodge conflict altogether. It starts subtle, maybe from those early days when raised voices meant trouble, so you learned to smooth edges before they sharpened. Now, it's second nature. Apologize first, stay likable, keep everyone calm. And yeah, it works in the moment. You're the easy one, the non-issue. But if you're catching yourself doing this over coffee runs or casual chats, maybe that's the pattern whispering hello. Then there's the social smoother, the one who turns every gathering into a apology tour. Picture a backyard barbecue, burgers sizzling, laughter floating around, and you spill a drop of soda on the picnic table. Not on anyone, just the wood. Sorry, let me clean that up, you say, grabbing napkins like it's a crisis. Friends chuckle, no big deal, but you're already wiping furiously, tossing in another, my fault, for good measure. On the surface, it looks like top-tier politeness, the kind we praise in rom-coms or office emails. But peel back a layer, and it's often that same fawn vibe, wired to ensure you're indispensable in the nice category. Rejection stings, right? So by over-apologizing, you're buying insurance, stay agreeable, and no one pushes you out. It's clever, really, this invisible shield, born from moments where not being liked meant isolation. If this rings a bell, like that time you apologized for laughing too loud at a joke, well, you're not alone in that quiet calculation. And if these are hitting a nerve, making you nod along, hey, if you're still watching, maybe subscribe for more of these little mirrors into how we tick. Or comment below, what's your go-to sorry moment? Alright, moving on. But here's the twist, the one that upends what we usually think. We assume constant apologizers are just overly nice or lacking backbone, right? Like, they're so sweet, but come on, stand up. Except, it's often the exact opposite, not weakness, but a hyper-vigilant strength, a defense mechanism masquerading as meekness. Think about that coworker in a meeting, you perhaps, who jumps in with, sorry to interrupt, before sharing an idea that's actually spot on. Everyone else barrels ahead without preamble, but you? That preface keeps you safe, likable, unthreatening. The motive contradicts the image. It's not about being polite for politeness' sake. It's a survival hack to avoid rejection's bite. Deep down, that fawn response kicks in because past experiences taught that conflict equals loss. Maybe a family where opinions got shot down, or friendships that fizzled when you weren't accommodating enough. So now, apologies are your currency for belonging, ensuring you're never the one cast out. It's not deference, it's strategy. And if you're replaying conversations in your head, adding sorries that weren't there, yeah, that might be the contradiction staring back. Another pattern creeps in at work, the professional placator who sprinkles "sorry" like seasoning on every email or call. You're on a video conference, connection glitches for a split second. Yours, not theirs. And out comes, "sorry about the lag, my internet's acting up." Or drafting that report, you hit send with "apologies if this is late by a minute." It's seamless, blending into the hustle of deadlines and team chats, that American work ethic where productivity meets perpetual courtesy. But underneath, it's often that ingrained need to diffuse any whiff of disapproval, keeping you in the good graces loop. Grew up in environments where mistakes meant criticism. This becomes your buffer, apologizing preemptively so no one else has to point it out. It's efficient, keeps the flow going, but it also keeps you one step ahead of potential fallout. Recognize it in those "sorry for the long emails" sign-offs, even when it's concise. That's the mindset at play, subtle but always on. Finally, there's the internal echoer, the one who apologizes even when no one's around to hear it. You're home alone, drop a fork in the sink platter and whisper "sorry" to the empty kitchen, or trip over your own shoe and mutter "my bad," like the floor might hold a grudge. It's quiet, almost comical in its solitude, but it's the fawn response turned inward, practicing that likability on yourself. Why? Because the habit runs so deep, it's become the default narration for any imperfection, real or imagined. Maybe from years of external pressures, social media likes, therapy, speak about self-compassion that ironically highlights flaws, or just that "I'm fine." Energy we all carry, where admitting a slip feels like inviting judgment, even from the mirror. It's not dramatic, it's habitual, a way to self-soothe before self-doubt creeps in. And if you're catching those solo "sorries" in your day-to-day, interesting how it sticks, isn't it? Let these settle for a moment as we wind down. Which one felt a tad too spot on? The preemptive type, the social smoother, the strategic twist, the work placator, or that internal whisper? When did that "sorry" start feeling less like a word and more like a reflex, a quiet bid for safety? It's oddly human, this dance we do to stay connected, even if it means bending a little too far. No big revelations, just notice it next time it slips out, over something small, like bumping an elbow or sending a text.